Will China have 7 aircraft carriers by 2025? The 2012 commissioning of the People's Liberation Army Navy's Plan, first aircraft carrier, the Liaoning, and the subsequent expansion of the country's carrier fleet, with 3 new warships currently in various stages of testing or construction, has been cause for great apprehension among its potential adversaries in Asia and the West. Borrowing heavily from the highly ambitious Soviet Kuznetsov and Ulyanovsk carrier programs initiated in the late 1980s, both of which were cut short by the country's collapse, China is on schedule to have 4 carriers by 2025. Not only is the plan's fleet numerous, but its vessels are growing in both sophistication and size. While the carrier Liaoning, a better armed and modernized sister to the Russian carrier Admiral Kuznetsov, leaves much to be desired in its sophistication, state-of-the-art technologies developed for future carriers will make them considerably more capable. These include electromagnetic launch systems, EMLS, facilitating the deployment of heavier and better armed fighters, carrier-based early warning aircraft, the development of which was completed in 2017, and dedicated carrier-based electronic attack jets, currently in the prototype stage. These assets, all fielded by the latest U.S. supercarrier USS Gerald Ford, are set to allow the plan's future carriers to better contend with advanced rival warships fielded by Japan, the United States, and other potential adversaries in the Pacific. Combined with the rapid growth in the country's destroyer fleet and the commissioning of a lethal new destroyer class, the Type 055, China's ability to project power at sea and contest dominance of the contested and strategically vital South and East China Seas appears to be growing apace. While the 4-ship-strong planned carrier fleet planned for 2025 is already a daunting prospect for the United States and its Asian allies, there is a considerable chance that a lower-profile defense program currently underway could see this number rise to 7. Alongside the development of 3 carrier warships, the Type 001, Type 002, and Type 003, Chinese shipbuilders have also begun the construction of 3 amphibious assault ships 40,000-ton warships approximately the same size as the French carrier Charles de Gaulle. The warships are highly similar to the U.S. Navy's America and Wasp-class amphibious assault ships, almost identical in size and appearance. The example set by the American warships could well give some indications as to the PLA's intentions for the Type 075 class future. With the U.S. Navy today increasingly stretched between several major fronts, and set to potentially escalate its involvement in the Middle East in light of growing tensions with Iran, matching a Chinese fleet of 7 carrier warships, which could materialize in just 7 years, will be a highly strenuous task. The plan will continue to retain a critical advantage in that it can focus its assets to the Asia-Pacific region, whereas the United States' own carrier fleet, though many times larger, faces global commitments that restrict its ability to meet fast-growing challenges to its primacy at sea in Asia. With the Chinese defense budget growing by over 7% per year, almost in line with the country's economic growth, the plan has room to induct more carriers, both assault ships and conventional larger vessels, after 2025. The U.S. Navy's own carrier fleet, meanwhile, is unlikely to grow to much more than 20 warships, and matching the rapid growth in China's capabilities in the Asia-Pacific will mean sacrificing commitments elsewhere. 2025 could well thus mark a considerable turning point in the Pacific balance of power, providing the U.S. Navy with the first real challenge to the dominance of its carrier strike groups in Asia since the sinking of the Imperial Japanese supercarrier Shinano in 1944.